Welcome to YOGATX. My name is Savannah, yoga teacher, yoga therapist, overall curious mover, and huge fan of what the breath can do for both our body, our mind, and also our quality of attention, which happens to be the main purpose of yoga, is to develop your attention so that we can have a better discernment and make better choices so that we have a healthier body and a healthier experience of life itself. Today, we'll be focusing on movements and ways of breathing that are especially beneficial if you have back pain or if you're just looking to care for your back before you have back pain. So this could be used as preventative care, or it could also be used as something to go to when you wake up and your back is a little finicky or cranky from the day before. So let's go ahead and get started down on the ground. We'll begin in a child's pose. So coming from an all fours position, you'll position your hands roughly underneath the shoulders and your knees roughly underneath the hips. Let's start with our thighs parallel, about hips width apart. Take a breath in to drop the belly, pull the chest forward. And as you exhale, push the floor away with your hands. Start to round the back as you drive the hips towards the heels and the forehead towards the mat. As you land here in your child's pose position, give yourself some permission to wiggle and shift the hips from side to side. If the forehead isn't quite making contact with the floor, you can always stack the hands or stack the fists. Take your attention to the middle of your back. And empty all of your breath out here, dropping the weight of your jaw towards the mat. With your next breath in, see if you could feel the middle of your back expand upwards and outwards as if you were growing a turtle shell behind you. Exhaling out through pursed lips. Inhaling through the nose again, expanding abdomen up against your thighs, back up towards the ceiling, sides of the ribs, towards the walls to the right and left of you. Exhaling out through pursed lips, seeing that entire breath out of the body. Taking 2 more breaths like that, slow with the speed that you draw the inhale into your body with. Generous with the expansion of the back ribs and the side ribs. Encouraging the abdomen to press up against the thighs, and then staying with an intentionally long, slow exhale to follow. And again. With your next breath in, come back up to all fours. Walk your hands slightly over towards the left of the midline of your mat. Take a breath in. As you exhale, drive your hips back towards your heels. Push the mat away from you. Try and keep your chest lifted here. Breathe in, come back forward. Exhale, drive your hips back toward your heels so you feel a little C curve of the spine, opening up the right side. One more time, coming forward. This time, as you drive your hips back, drop your forearms down, drop your forehead down. Walk your hands a little bit further over towards the left. Spread your fingers out, press your palms into the ground. Now lift the elbows up. Take a gaze underneath your right shoulder, underneath your left shoulder, feeling that rib cage shift from side to side. And coming back forward, breathe in. So you exhale, walk your hands over towards the right side of the mat. Take an inhale. Exhale, make a C curve with the spine, pulling left hip point back towards the left heel. Pushing the mat or the floor away from you. Breathing in to come back forward. Exhale, hips towards heels, push the floor away, rounding through the spine. Breathing in to come back forward. Exhale, drives the hips back. Drop the forearms down, drop the forehead down. Empty all the breath out. If there's space for it, walk your hands further over towards the right. Now spread the fingers wide, push the hands into the floor until you feel the elbows lift up. Lift your chest halfway up, wiggle the ribs side to side as if you were taking your gaze just underneath one armpit and then the other. Inhale to come back forward. Walk the hands towards the center of the mat. Get a little curious with the hips. Let them slide from side to side, shifting the center of your pelvis over the left thigh and then the right. Then we'll start to make a circle back to our heels, over towards the right, through the middle towards the left, and back towards the heels again. Now reverse the direction. Slide the hips and the ribs over towards the left, through the middle, circling towards the right, and back. One more time, over towards the left, through the middle, towards the right, and hips towards the heels. And come back forward. Now bring attention to the rib cage and how you might circle the rib cage up towards the ceiling, shift it over towards the right, drop it down towards the mat, circling back up and around. Let the shoulders, the elbows, and the wrists be responsive so we're mobile in those joints as the rib cage finds some more movement possibilities. We'll reverse the direction of that circle. It's almost like you were hula hooping with the hula hoop around your ribs. Or my other favorite analogy is if you were in a peanut butter jar and you were trying to scrape out all the bits with your hips and your ribs, we'll combine it all, now circling it around using the head. Closing the eyes, keeping the hands and the knees connected to the ground, allowing the rest of the body to curiously find movement that feels good. It's always important that it feels better than how it looks. How it looks really doesn't mean much. Drop the right forearm down, look under the left armpit. Drop the left forearm down, look under the right armpit. Now try that same thing again. Drop the right forearm down. This time turn your left fingers in, gaze under the armpit. Press back up. Drop the left forearm down. Turn your right fingers in, look under the right armpit. Coming back forward. Wrists back underneath the shoulders. Take a breath in. Reach the left arm behind your head, hand to the back of your head. Turn your chest towards the left. As you exhale, draw the left elbow towards the right elbow. Push the floor away with your right hand as you breathe in. Open the chest to the left. Exhale, draw elbow to elbow. The next time you reach the left elbow up towards the ceiling, step the left foot to the back of the mat. You can turn and swivel on the left toes and then stretch the left foot back. I'm going to pull my knee a little bit underneath my right hip. My right hands, I'm going to make sure that it's nice and stable underneath my right shoulder. From here, stretch the left arm up. Exhale to invite that left arm over your cheek. Drop the weight of the head, bend the elbow. Inhale, reach the left arm up and towards the left hip. Exhale, bring it over the cheek. Drop the weight of the head. Bends the elbow. One more time. Inhale, big arc of the arm. Exhale, arcing back over. Plant the hands down. Bring the left knee down. Take a breath in, right hand behind the back of your head. Press your head up into the hand. Twist your chest to the right. On the exhale, draw the right elbow towards the left elbow. It doesn't have to touch completely. Press the ground down away from You, from the left shoulder with the left hand, reach up with the right elbow. Turn the chest. Exhale, elbow to elbow. 1 or 2 more times like this. Press your head up into the hand behind you. Exhale. The next time you turn your chest to the right, swivel on your right big toes, stretch your right leg towards the back of the mat. Reach your right arm up. Exhale, bring it over your right cheek. Let the elbow bend, drop the weight of the head. Inhale, reach the right arm up and towards the right hip. Exhale, arc it over. Drop the head, bend the elbow. 1 or 2 more times like this. Feel free to wiggle and shift so that you find your sense of stability, whether that's drawing the left wrist closer to the left knee or pushing the floor away a bit more with that left hand. Bring both hands back down to the mat. Turn all 10 toes down to the mat. Step your left foot to the back of the mat. Press yourself up into a downward facing dog, pedaling the feet right away. Having the sense that your armpits could pull away from the floor, your neck and your upper back could stay long. Ground down through the heels of the hands, almost as if you were cupping your hands off of the mat to find a grip. Stepping that right foot forward, lower the left knee down to the mat. Keep the left toes tucked here. We'll come up to a low lunge, wiggling that right foot forward until the right knee is underneath or over the right ankle. Take a breath in, reach both arms up. As you exhale, hook the hands behind your head. Breathe in to open the elbows out wide, lift up through the chest. Exhale, draw the elbows towards the sides of the forehead, sink the rib cage back and round the spine without pulling the shoulders in front of the ribs. So it'll look like this. You'll feel more stretch in the left thigh. Breathe in, open the elbows, stretch the chest up. Exhale, draw the elbows towards the sides of the forehead, sink the ribs back, round through the spine. Breathing in, open the elbows. Exhale, left hand comes down to the mat. The right hand will stay back behind the head. Inhale, turn the chest towards the right thigh. Right elbow points up. Exhale, turn your chest down towards the mat. Inhale, open up to the right for a twist. Exhale, bring the right forearm to the right thigh. Lift off of the left knee, seal the left heel down. Press your right forearm into the right thigh, reach up with your left arm. Exhaling to bring the left arm over the left ear. Ground down through the outer edges of the feet. Keep pressing forearm into thigh. Try to lift that thigh up into the forearm for more stability. Take 4 breaths in and 4 breaths out. Breathing out, left hand comes down, turn the left toes down, lower the left knee down. Step the right foot back, lowering down to your abdomen and your chest as you're ready. Stretch the toes back. Walk the hands back to the sides of the ribs. Have the sense that as you stretch your toes back, you could lift the thigh back and out, away from the pelvis. As you breathe in, curl the elbows back, draw the chin in, chest pulls forward. Exhale, press yourself up and back, hips to heels. 2 breaths in, 2 breaths out. Step the left foot forward. Tuck your right toes. Take a breath in, reach the arms up by the ears. As you exhale, draw the hands behind the head. Breathe in, press your head back into the hands, open the chest, open the elbows. Breathing out, draw the elbows forward. Press the front of the ribs towards the wall behind you. 2 to 3 more times with your breath. Opening the shoulder girdle for the inhale. Closing through the front of the body as you exhale. Inhaling back open with the elbows. As you exhale, right hand comes down. Breathe in, turn your gaze up, press your head back into the left hand. Exhale, turn your nose down towards the ground. Breathe in, open up. On your next exhale, left forearm comes down to the left thigh. Bring yourself onto your fingertips. Lift your back knee up, seal the back heel down. As you're ready, press the forearm into the thigh to rise up. Reach the right arm up and over the right ear or cheek. Let the elbow bend on the right arm. Keep pressing your forearm into your upper thigh. Try and lift the thigh up into the forearm to help stabilize the pelvis. Two more breaths here. Grounding down through the outer edges of the feet, pressing the big toes into the mat. On your next breath out, both hands come back down to the mat. Lower both knees down, stepping the left foot back. Draw yourself down towards your belly, lowering the chest. This time as you breathe in, press the pelvis into the mat, lift the feet up and off the mat, reach the hands back. Think about pulling your pubic bone up towards the front of the ribs as you ground the pelvis into the mat. Big breath in, open the arms out to a T, maybe even out to a wide V, turning the thumbs up towards the ceiling. Exhale, hands plant, toes tuck. Press yourself up, finding a child's pose. Bend the knees, drive the hips back. 4 breaths. Relaxing the jaw. And slowly coming forward. Sit on your hips. Extend the right leg in front of you. Draw the left sole of the foot in towards the right inner thigh. Take a breath in to reach both arms forward and up. As you exhale, pull a bend into the right knee, place the hands down alongside the right leg, bow the head down. Each time you breathe in, press into the floor, peel away from the right leg. As you exhale, draw yourself forward and back down towards the thigh. Inhale, press yourself up and away. Exhale, forward and down. Breathing in, up and away. Exhale, forward and down. Walking the hands back. Pull the right foot in, extend the left leg out. Find your right foot somewhere near the inner left thigh. Take a breath in, extend up through the arms. Exhale, releasing the hands down and around the left leg. Pull a bend into the knee. Drop forward and down about halfway. Inhale, push into the floor to peel back away. Exhale, waves the spine forward and down, chin to chest. Inhale, back forward and up. with your breath. And then slowly bringing the feet together, not together, towards the floor. And then pulling the feet about hips width apart, thighs about hips width apart. Take a breath in to reach the hands forward and up. As you exhale, reach them forward. Flex the toes back and find a hover point as you tuck the tailbone under and sink the ribs back. Inhale, reach through the toes, reach forward and up through the arms. Exhale, reaching forward, toes flex back to bring some slack into the front line, lean back. With momentum, inhale, forward and up. Finding the movement possibility that your body is offering today, exhaling back. One last time. From that sticky spot, walk your heels out, lower your back down, reach the arms over your head and out wide. Exhale completely. Draw the soles of the feet together, leaving some distance between the heels and the hips so that the low back can stay long. The further you pull your heels towards your hips, the more compression we might find in our lower back and sacrum. So give yourself that space to take up. As you breathe in, stretch the breath from the back of the ribs to the front of the ribs. And your next breath out, slowly take time, maybe about 30 seconds. Bring the inner knees back to touch. Let the muscles in the inner thighs come back online, slowly, still going. Knees come back to touch. Draw the knees into the chest. Give yourself a little rock from side to side. Know that just because you have back pain doesn't mean that movement has to be scary and limited. You just open up to the possibilities that your body will offer you. You receive what it has to give, and you lean into that and come back when you're ready for more. Give yourself some time to lie here and integrate this practice, taking a few extra breaths for well-being. And as always, thank you so much for practicing with me. It's a pleasure.